again to Golden Eagles TV, proudly sponsored by Domain Residential, Northern Beaches. Today I'm chatting to an old teammate, old front rower in Josh Perry. Josh, thanks for joining us, mate.
Thanks for having me, Mark.
Also the co-founder of the Golden Eagles Association. What sort of, I guess I know because we sort of both did this together, but from your point of view, what was sort of the catalyst to us getting this going?
I guess we had a couple of beers and saw that wasn't too much happening with the old boys at Manly, and I think it was sort of a big gap in, you lose a lot of stuff when you retire, and being part of Manly, especially that culture, and we kind of missed that, and we saw there was probably a gap. It's something we could fill and do some good work in there and get the boys back together, and essentially it was just to get the boys back together and have a couple of beers. But as we've gone along, it's transforming into something totally different. We've got some sponsors on board now, and we're going to tip some stuff back into the junior league, and but like I say, going forward, it's just about getting the boys back together and still feeling part of something and belonging to a group of boys, because that's and I think everyone will answer the same question. That's what you miss most about not playing, about being around the boys, all the banter, and you have 25 blokes, your best mates, and now we've nearly got 300 of our best mates. We've made some phone calls, and everyone's pretty pumped to be involved. So, I'm really proud of what we've done. You've done a lot of the work, but I'm along for the ride and trying to help out where I can. And I was really proud to be part of the Golden Eagles now. It's just it's something that's going to be really special to help foster the culture and build some stronger culture going forward.
How does it feel for you, coming back here on game day and the crowd and things like that?
Mate, I just got those goosebumps again. But you walk in here and your chest puffs up a little bit. You just, not being arrogant or think you're better than anyone else. It's just something that you're really proud of. And I remember the older fellas when I was playing, and I'm sure you did as well. They always used to tell you don't really get it till you retire what you're actually doing, and you're in that moment, and you're so focused on your performances and doing well for the coach and the club. You don't understand what it means to play for a special club like Manly or Origin or Australia, whatever you may have done. It's so as soon as you retire, it really means a lot, and it's something that I can't wait to. If I have kids one day, pass down to them, and I'll come down to Manly, down to Brookie, as long as it's here. So it's, to my end days, and it's just like I say, it's just something very proud and something that I'm very honoured and very lucky to have achieved and be part of.
What was the process behind you coming to Manly? Was it you needed a career change, or you're looking for something, a new challenge?
Yeah, well, to be honest, I definitely needed a career change. I played Origin early on in my career, I think I was 22, and then I went off the boil a bit after that at Newcastle. That was my home club, and I didn't think that any other clubs existed other than Newcastle at the time. But to be honest, at the time it sort of broke my heart when it sort of come to the crunch, and I realised I had to leave Newcastle. But then at the same time, I couldn't have been more excited to Desi gave me the call, and Crusher actually did it first, and said, do you want to come down and have a meeting and see what we can do down at Manly? And the rest is history, I guess. I come down here and got the game, played 2008 Grand Final, got to play in a World Cup and back in the Origin side. So, without knowing it at the time, it was the best thing that could have ever possibly happened to me. I've met my wife to be down here, and I really feel part of the family down at Manly, and I think more so than I ever did at Newcastle. It probably pains me to say that a little bit, but it feels like home here, and I just love being part of it. I'm just blessed that I got the chance to come down when I did. And
compare sort of, I suppose 2001 to 2008. What was the difference in the time in between them? What do you see different about those games, or what are you, I suppose, the best memories out of both games?
Well, firstly, I certainly appreciate the Manly one more, having done it and then not done it for, I think it was 7 years to the next grand final. It was only my first full season in 2001, so I played that year, had Joe beside me and all that kind of Ben Kennedy's and all those guys. I thought this was going to happen every year, which I soon realised it didn't. So I definitely appreciated the Manly one much more at the time. After the game, coming back to Brookie and to see what we saw, and there was a bit more crowd surfing going on. I think you and I jumped off a few balconies into the crowds and stuff like that.
Might have almost crushed a couple of supporters.
Yeah. Might have been a few broken bones, but I don't know. There was just the I don't know. I think it was just myself personally. I just appreciated it a lot more than I did in 2001, and and that feeling and that culture and being part. It was like it was the first ever grand final we won in 2008. You know, I was lucky enough to my first year at the Manly, and you know, Desi had been building that team for 5 or 6 years, and obviously the year before that they didn't make it, and they made the grand final and got knocked off by Melbourne. But yeah, I don't know. There was just the emotion and the feeling around 2008 was something special, and obviously Beaver in his last game, and he scored a try, and we won 40-0. It was just, yeah, I think I just appreciated that one more because I was a little bit older and knew what it was all about and how hard it was to get.
Yep. Who, in your time at Manly, was the best that you played with, or the one that sort of turned your head, in games?
I think the stuff Snake does out there. He just has that knack of turning up at the right time and being in the right space to score tries. They don't call him what do they call him? The Prince of Brookvale. Yeah, he loves that. He tells me he loves it. But yeah, he just turned up in the right place at the right time, and he could turn a game on its head too. And obviously the other guy was obviously Mark Bryant, yourself. I couldn't have done what we've done without you, mate. It was great to be outside, and I still missed our little coffee meetups with the front rowers and the forwards group before a game. That was good. That was good.
Well, thanks for the plug, mate. That'll be great. I'll give you that 50 later. Yeah. And these days, what are you up to these days? Besides, obviously, the Golden Eagles, which is taking up a lot of our time at the moment.
Yeah, the Golden Eagles. Yeah, I'm working for the NRL. I've got 2 sort of gigs in now. I do the ambassador role, so I go out to schools and talk to kids and that, which is keeps me involved and something I really enjoy doing. And most of the part I am in the events team, so help put on the State of Origin, the Test matches, the dinners around that, Dally M's, grand finals, all that sort of stuff. So it keeps me busy, and yeah, just learning on my feet a lot at the moment. So that's good. Good.